What's up, ladies? It's Coach Whitney K here, your virtual personal growth coach, and I'm pretty fired up because it's the second day of 2020. The hype has kind of went down just a little bit, and now it's time to get busy and put all these plans in action. So I'm here today with my 2019 lessons learned and how they are going to impact my 2020 vision. Let's go. So let's jump right into the first lesson learned in 2019, and that was to keep God first. This year, my family found a really good church, and one that I enjoyed, one my husband enjoyed, one that my kid enjoyed, and it really had a big impact on us as a whole, just how we functioned, how we treated each other, our level of love and respect for each other. It really impacted the way we, I think, went about those things this year and kind of started really getting fed, outside of our own perspective on our belief system. Since focusing more on that and really trying to keep that first and let that define who we are and improve our relationship and just our life in general, I really feel like that has really motivated me and pushed me to really focus on and really act on my purpose and potential in this year. I'm not sure about you, but based on my belief system, the Creator has given me the purpose for my life. So unless I really understand Him and get to know Him and what He expects of me, it's kind of hard to figure out my purpose and what I'm really put on this earth to do and how I'm supposed to function and how I'm supposed to go about life. So that was the number one thing, is just really keeping God at the forefront of what we're trying to do in my daily life and just in work and relationships and everything. And that has just kind of improved our life overall, especially for me. So that's number one. Keep God first in everything that you're doing. The second lesson learned is to keep trying. I failed so many things this year. There were so many things I really worked hard on trying to bring to life, and then when I put myself out there or put it out there, it kind of just failed, or people didn't catch on, or people didn't buy in, and it was discouraging. But I am going to keep trying. I'm not even saying that it's all coming together now, but I'm gonna keep trying. Things that I wanted to accomplish, some of them did not work out. And I had to keep trying. No matter how many times you find yourself restarting a diet or trying to start working out or trying to, go back to school or trying to, make new friends or do new things or break this old habit, keep trying. I don't care how many times you fail. Keep doing it. Because when you start to have that mindset, it forces you to overcome. It's okay, cool, I failed, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to try again next week, or try again tomorrow, or try again next month. Whatever it is, just keep trying, whether it's your finances, you becoming a better person, you reacting, changing your attitude, whatever. Just keep trying. Do not give up. The third lesson that I learned this year was to focus on myself. Trying to improve myself really took away my focus of trying to force someone else to change, because at the end of the day, people can only change themselves. You can only change yourself. I don't care how much people try to force you or tell you that you need to. You have the ability to make that decision, and that's the same right that other people have. So when we focus on trying to change others, it gets frustrating, because when they don't change, it makes you all mad, you all frustrated. How can you not see that you need to change? That's their decision and it's their will. So focusing on myself and me growing and me just doing what I can to, deal with people who are where they are and want to be, that has helped me to understand and love and just kind of accept people for who they are and where they are, and just focus on growing myself. Because truthfully, the more I started to grow and the more I started to work on myself, everything just kind of started to fall in place. There was no forcing people. Okay, cool, you don't want to do it, that's fine. All right, moving on. And I kind of developed that attitude, whereas I would usually be, oh man, I'm so sick. I don't know how they don't understand they need to change and this isn't right. No, focus on yourself this year. Improve you, and then your surroundings will change. Your vibes will start to change when you start to focus on yourself. It eliminates that pressure of other people joining you or doing what you think they should be doing. Focus on yourself. The fourth lesson is to don't wait on anyone else. Stop waiting on other people to get motivated for you. Stop waiting on people to accept what you're doing. Go for it. If it's something that God has put on your heart to do, or if it's an improvement that you know that you really want to make, go for it. It is okay to be a loner sometimes. People look at me like I'm crazy, because I will in a minute go out to eat by myself. I will hit a movie by myself. I will be shopping by myself, and I feel so good because I have learned to just accept being alone sometimes, being okay enough with myself to get out and do those things and not feel like people are looking at me awkwardly, because most of the time they're not. It's just all in our minds, right? So get okay and comfortable with being yourself so that you don't have to be waiting and depending on someone else to make a move before you actually start to do the things that you want to do. Number 5 is to be content with where you are and with what you have. I'm not encouraging you to be lackadaisical or just settle for anything. I'm just telling you that no matter what situation you're in, learn to be okay with it. Like, this is where I am now. I want to get better. I want to improve, but I'm not there yet. So until I get there, I'm going to be thankful, and I'm going to just, you know what I'm saying? Not try to compete with people, not try and keep up with people, but this is where I am in my life, and I'm okay with that. You know, I'm okay with where I am, even if it's not popular, even if people don't, you know, congratulate me or aren't looking at me like I'm doing the best that I can do. I'm gonna be okay with where I am and what I'm trying to do with myself, so I can have peace in my mind. I realize that a lot of times when we don't have peace, it's because we're trying to compete with other people or keep up with other people or live up to other people's expectations, when none of that is really important. When you find yourself being unhappy or you look at other people and start to get discontent, bring it back in, calm yourself down, and just kind of encourage yourself that this is where I am and this is where I'm gonna have to learn to be content with who I am. And if I don't like some things, all right, this is where I am and this is what I want to change, and this is what I'm gonna do to make those changes. The 6th lesson learned is to be thankful. Y'all, when I tell you being thankful, it just changes your whole entire vibe. It changes the vibes of the people around you. It will sometimes make people look at you like you're crazy, or even get a little jealous, because it's like, how is she so happy? Sis, be thankful. When you wake up in the morning, thank God for the breath that you have in your body. Thank God for the fact that you have a job to go to, you know, the fact that, you know, you have another opportunity to get things right, to make things right. When we're not thankful and when we just stay where we are and we think about what we don't have or where we want to be but can't be, and we're not thankful for the opportunity to get there, it sometimes makes us discouraged. So I know that being happy and being thankful, it changes your perspective on life. It's almost like it gives you confidence in your ability to succeed. The more you start to make right decisions, the more you start to get on that path that you were created to be on, the more you'll start to feel peace and things will start to align within you, and you will be genuinely thankful, you know? And until then, find something to be thankful for. There is at least one thing that you can be thankful for every day. I don't care how bad it's going. And those are the times when we have to dig deep, and the more you start to do it, the more your mind will just start to pick up on thankfulness, and you'll be surprised how much it changes just your perspective and the outlook on your day. Now, it's time to get into this 2020 vision. So my vision for 2020 is looking pretty intentional and clear. I am gonna focus more on the mission and the purpose that I know God has given me for my life. It's easy to get caught up in what people think you should be doing, like, I'm in the military, I'm on active duty, and like I'm supposed to just be focused on, you know, being a good soldier and stuff like that. Like, that's a part of who I am, but that's not my purpose. And I don't think that that's the end or the mission that God has given me for my life. It's bigger than that. So I'm gonna focus in on what God really put me on this earth to do, and really try and tap into the full potential of what He has placed inside of me. That's one of my biggest 2020 missions this year. The next one is to be more confident in sharing my knowledge. A lot of us have knowledge that we can share and that can help people, but because of our past or because of where we come from or because of what people think, what we think people think of us, we're not really confident about showing it. Like, you have to stand on what you know. Like, I have experience, I have a degree, I have, you know, the tools and the knowledge to share with people to help them, you know, improve their lives. And I'm going to share that knowledge. Like, sometimes I find myself bringing it down, or I won't say dumbing it down, but just bringing myself down to where I'm not as confident. It's one of those things that I'm determined to improve this year. Like, I'm not gonna shy down when I get in a circle, or I'm not going to, you know, just stay quiet. If I know something, I'm gonna be more open to sharing it and putting myself out there more in order to share this knowledge and these experiences that were so rough, or, you know, on me at the time, that I end up getting through because God allowed me to come through. And I'm gonna share that knowledge because that's what it's for. Another thing I'm doing this year is investing my time and energy into people and things that value my time and energy. You know, like, a lot of times we spend time talking to people or hanging out with people or doing things for people who don't even care that you're doing things for them. And I'm not saying that you should be doing things for people just because people are gonna appreciate it. No, but there are some times where we could be investing in people who really want to improve, or investing in our families, or the people closest to us, instead of people who just don't value you. So I'm gonna focus on getting more intentional about where I invest my time and energy, because it's valuable. When people invest time and energy into me, that I appreciate it, then I use what they're teaching me. And I want the same thing. I'm gonna be more intentional about investing my time in areas and in people who really want it and who really value it. And the final thing in 2020 that I'm gonna do is just get to work. I'm just doing work, sis. I got my planners. I have things I want to do. And I'm being more intentional and strategic about how I go about my day. I'm not just wasting time. So I'm getting out here and I'm gonna just make it happen. So if you are ready for 2020 and you're ready to become more intentional, I need you to go ahead and put in this work. Don't let, just because the new year is, the January 1st has come and gone, demotivate you. Now is where we put this work in, so that when it comes time for 2021, we are already in the groove. We have accomplished our goals. We are where we think we want to be. So if you're looking for more ways to stay connected, you can find me on Instagram at Coach Whitney K, or on Facebook at Purposefully Guided. You can check out my website at www.purposefullyguided.co, and just check out my services. I offer one-on-one coaching sessions with women, teen girls, to kind of help you strategize and figure out why you're stuck. If you have visions about doing things but you don't quite know how to do it, let's talk it out. I guarantee you, talking with somebody who can see the big picture, or who can understand and maybe see some things that you can't, will probably give you that motivation and that drive you need to keep pushing through. I just want to help ladies. I just want to help us improve. I am not about helping women become better than men. That's not my motive here. My motive is just to help women. I appreciate the women who invested time into me, and I want to do the same thing. And I want to do it in a way that it impacts girls that are coming behind me, women that are ahead of me, women that are right where I am right now, so that we can all be great together. With that being said, ladies, it's 2020. Let's get out here and get it. Let's go.